Hey guys, my name's Jinx or Dawes, and you're watching Over Overwatch. In my last video, I discussed an ancient assassin. Today we're going to sneak a peek into the technology advanced predator known as Widowmaker. They say that behind every great man, there's a great woman. In this case, her name was Amélie Lacroix, and the man she stood behind went by the name of Gerard Lacroix. Gerard was a leading agent in Overwatch, and he greatly focused his time on the Talon Terrorist Association. Talon tried time and time again to eliminate Gerard, but in no attempt were they ever successful. Talon realized their efforts would continue to result similarly if they did not change their focus. So that's exactly what they did. Members of Talon kidnapped Amélie and brainwashed her. Without her knowing, they had transformed her into a sleeper agent. Overwatch finally found her neurologically remastered weapon and returned her to her previous life. Everything went back to normal until 2 weeks later, she killed Gerard in his sleep. She later returned to Talon to undergo more training. During training, her physiology was somehow altered, which slowed the rate of her heart and changed the color of her skin. While her temperature was permanently decreased, her emotions were colder. This was the death of Amélie Lacroix and the birth of Widowmaker. Widowmaker wields a multifunction weapon called Widow's Kiss. Widow's Kiss is the weapon of all weapons. It's the American dream. Attached to Widow's Kiss is a military-grade scope that zooms for accurate headshots. The scope also shows a small percent meter under her target, and once it's fully charged, will most likely guarantee a kill. The charge is fairly rapid, which allows multiple instant kills per reload. When the scope isn't being used, the weapon becomes a fully automatic assault rifle, allowing for close quarters combat. Widow's Kiss holds 30 rounds, which is optimal for sniping, but suboptimal for its assault rifle mode. The modes only take a second or so to swap between in case Widowmaker is flanked. Every assassin needs to have some cool gadgets, and what kind of assassin would Widowmaker be if she didn't have a grappling hook? Grappling hook is the name of her shift, and it's quite fun to use. Upon activating, the hook will shoot from her wrist in a Spider-Man-esque manner that can attach to any scalable surface. The term scalable surface is used lightly, as there are small ledges that constitute a scalable surface. After the hook connects, she is rapidly vaulted towards her focus point. If her hook lands below an edge, it'll vault her on top of the platform. The skill should be used wisely as it has a 12-second cooldown. Normally 12 seconds shouldn't be too long of a cooldown, however, in Widowmaker's case, it's her only escape, and she doesn't have any defensive abilities. Speaking of cool gadgets, she also has a mine. Her E is called VENOM mine, and acts somewhat like an Indiana Jones trap. The trap can attach to most surfaces, including walls, and has a motion trigger. If the motion trigger is tripped, the mine will detonate and release a toxic gas that damages enemies over time. The mine has a 15-second cooldown, and should be positioned wisely. We aren't quite sure if Widowmaker is able to place multiple mines yet. For our grand finale, we have her headpiece. This bad boy not only looks cool, but it transforms. Infra-sight is Widowmaker's Q, and is what makes her such a deadly assassin. Infra-sight allows the player to see all enemies through walls. This acts similar to Hanzo's Sonic Arrow. However, Infra-sight is a global skill, meaning it allows her to see enemies on the entire map, instead of in a restricted range. Enemies will appear with a red overlay until they're within Widowmaker's line of sight. We aren't sure of the duration of her ultimate. Some may view this as an overpowered skill, and for many Twitch shooters, it'll be extremely useful, but this can be easily evaded by avoiding her line of sight. Widowmaker is most simply put a sniper. She can grappling hook to an edge for the higher ground, protect herself with a venom mine, eliminate her targets with a single shot, and when it's ready, she can see where you're hiding. Unlike some heroes, she doesn't have a normal combo. Players can use her any way they see fit. Though I do not recommend this tactic, during one messy fight, I had a Reinhardt chasing me and I led him into a small hallway. He saw this as a perfect opportunity to use his charge. As he charged, I grappling hooked over him, turned around, and sniped him from the back. I felt pretty awesome about myself for the rest of the day. Like most defense heroes, Widowmaker has a hard time with fast-moving or heavy engaged heroes. She's virtually useless unless she has a safe place to snipe from, and if she gets caught out, has almost no chance of surviving. Reaper was a huge issue for me. Shadowstep not only avoided the mine I planted in the hallway, but I had no idea he had ever appeared behind me. Both tanks were fairly scary, but were easily avoided with my grappling hook. I also had a minor issue with Pharah. She could reach my heights with a tap of a button, and her rockets have outstanding range. She's a pretty easy target when hovering in the air, but if you aren't aware she's there, she can drop your health in no time. That's the majority I have to say about our fantasy French assassin. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you, and please subscribe.